what I see happen time and time again is people will do their first deals and be willing to lose money so that they can get their foot in the door, they can get their feet wet, they can learn the ropes, you know, whatever the strategy. But there's a real problem with that, is all you've done is learn how to lose money. So the first deal must be profitable, because as you'll see later, at the small business level, making money is whatever you do and repeat as necessary. Okay, so if what you do loses money and your strategy is to repeat as necessary, well then you'll lose money every time you do this deal. No, that was the dot-com strategy. We don't do that. That wasn't a good idea then, it was not a good idea now. So we're going to get enough orders from customers in the United States to cover suppliers' minimum, workable amount of time, profit. Okay, now, I'm going to scare you a little bit here. When you start your business, there'll be no end to the customers out there. All different kinds of customers. From the very good to the abominable, all right? The ones that will not pay you, or the ones, and they'll kill your business, or the ones that will pay you slowly, and they will kill your business slowly, okay? There's enough first-rate customers in any field you go into to get your business going, as you'll see, okay? If you do this right, and I'll lay that out. So one of the key things that you have to do is make sure you only work with the very best customers. Now, one of the mistakes people make in importing at the small business level is they find a cool product, they see trade shows for their products, for garments or gift and housewares or deli foods or whatever. They rent out a booth, brand new to the business. Now, necessarily, they have the lowest seniority in the trade show, so they're back in Siberia. And everybody knows they're brand new companies. So the companies, and every industry is a village, so the businesses, the customers out there that are about to go out of business or slow pay or lousy to work with, they know, and the prime suppliers will no longer sell to them, they know where to go find newbies whom they can abuse. Okay? So they go out to the Siberia, the trade shows, and they come through and they pass out all these orders to these new businesses, and the new businesses pick up the order and say, oh, they're so flattered, I got these orders, look at all these orders that are coming in. Oh, I'm going to be a success, oh, my product's wonderful. And so then they go and they borrow the money and they import the goods and they distribute them and they never get paid. And they go out of business and they wonder why. Well, they could have found out why. Now, is that scary? That should be scary. Happily, what you're going to see, the correct way of proceeding, you'll never talk to those people. You'll never come in contact with those people. There's automatic filters in the way. If you do this properly, there's automatic filters, so you won't be around those people. But knowing that there's good customers and lousy customers, I want to dwell just for a second on good customers. Name, if you will, attributes of first-rate customers. We'll talk just about them. Those are the ones we care about. They pay their bills on time. Okay, what else?
The repeat customers.
Repeat business. The most expensive thing in business is getting a customer. So to get repeat business, you're so far ahead of the game. What else?
They bring their friends.
Ooh, referrals. Because they'll say, you know, this sells for me in Seattle, you should be selling to so-and-so in Bellevue, or in San Francisco, or in LA. Every industry is a village. The people in New York tell the people in Seattle about what sells in their stores at the national trade shows where everybody gets together and it's all collect and distribute information. So the referral's on. Very, very good, very important. What else you get from them?
They don't know what they like, they'll try something.
They're trying something new. So they bring your product in. Now, one of two things happens. They've tried your red sweaters. Those red sweaters sold like crazy. Okay? So they said, reorder red sweaters. And they'll also say, everybody but that bought those red sweaters would have also bought mittens and hats that matched if you had them. So the fact that you get a product that sells for them naturally will cause them to tell you what's next. So they expand out your line through this process. Okay? What if the product does not sell? Now what? Failure. Uh-oh.
You ask them for feedback on what's
Exactly.
not working.
Right. They'll tell you. When you say, would you like a reorder, they will say, no, we would not like a reorder. Okay? You say, well, why? Wrong shape, weight, speed, function, material. They'll tell you exactly what is wrong. How do they know? Because 500 customers came through and said, oh, wrong shape, weight, speed, function, material, color, flavor, whatever. It's wrong. And they'll tell you why. So now what do? You back off, you fix it, and you come back. The classic story of that is Ralph Lauren, whose neckties were hideous and expensive. And he got shot down. And they told him what would work, and he came back with that. And he's been listening to his customers ever since. So that process of listening to the customers and they telling you what to do next is how you expand your business. Okay, so customer base again. Okay, what else do we get from customers? Anything else?
Discount?
Well, discounts. Get discounts from customers? They're going to want discounts from you.
I would say this kind of goes on referral, but reputation.
Yeah. You have no reputation. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody cares who you are. So one of the mistakes people make is they try to advertise. They try to make up a clever card. They make up an expensive logo, thinking that will be impressive. Okay? There's a classic example here in Seattle of Marchand du Vin. Can anybody translate my French? Marchand du Vin. What was that?
The wine market?
Thank you very much. And if you look them up in the Seattle phone book, under importers, you'll see Marchand du Vin. And what does Marchand du Vin import?
Wine.
Wrong.
No.
Wrong. It says beer importer. Okay, in the 70s when, what's his name? The fellow got going with his, going to start a business, importing wine. And so he had Roberto Tacci, the best wood carver in Seattle, do a Baroque sign that said Marchand du Vin, and then he reproduced that on linen, four-color gold embossed foil logo, and had bought a whole bunch to make up the cost of such expensive paper and all that kind of thing, and brought in his first load of red wine, and it just wouldn't sell. Wrong stuff, wrong market, wrong everything. Okay, so in desperation and kind of a lark, he brought in some beer and hit the beginning of the imported specialty beer market, and has been 30 years doing quite well in that. But having invested so much in Marchand du Vin, he has to pay extra in the phone book to say beer importer. We don't sell wine. Okay, but his name is Marchand du Vin. The name of his company is anyway. So, no, you're going to be John Spire's company. You're going to be your name company. That's it. And if you start off in silver jewelry and then end up in 2 or 3 years because all your customers want you in silk scarves, then you sew scarves. You're not Marchand du Vin. You are, just you. And everybody will tell you, international trade is always relationship business, person-to-person business. So put your name on the line. That'll be the name of your company. More on that later. But you have no reputation. Nobody knows who you are. Now, when you bought something today, you bought that cup of coffee, you have no idea where that coffee came from. You have no idea who sold it. You're not even sure what the blend was. You ordered French roast, but there's a whole lot of things called French roast, depending on where you're getting it. So you trusted the store you walked into. Okay? The store is our brand. We don't put a penny into our image, ever. Only if later, if you want for some reason, for for vanity or something, put your name out there, you can. Because nobody knows, nobody cares about you. They go into the store. None of you know me or anything about me. You came here because the brand is University of Washington. Experimental College, John Spires. Okay, there's a perfect example of that. So nobody cares about you or your product. They're going to trust the store. So the store is your brand. The first-rate store you go into is your brand, right? So keep that in mind. Now, anything else we get from first-rate customers? Okay, I think that's it, but feel free to throw those out if you can think of them. So, strictly first-rate customers are the ones we're going to go after in this business.
No permiten la quieran consolar. Dicen que alguien ya vino y se fue. Dicen que pasó pasan las noches llorando por él.